And there were no
Attack team close up. Attack team close up.
ready to fire, sir.
Fire!
Ready, ready. नमस्कार। दिल्ली सिटी फोर्ट सभागार में हो रहे इंडियन नेवल सिम्फोनिक ऑर्केस्ट्रा 2016 में आप सभी का स्वागत है। इंडियन नेवी ने हमेशा जरूरत पड़ने पर देश और देशवासियों का सर गर्व से ऊंचा किया है। एंड अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट ऑफ नेवी इज इंडियन नेवी बैंड। Versatility is the hallmark of the Indian Naval Band, whether arranged as a military marching band or as a symphonic wind ensemble. Its wide-ranging repertoire includes stirring martial music, arrangements of symphonies, Indian classical music, and a host of other forms of contemporary genres, including pop and folk music. हम आपको बता दें that currently director of Indian Naval Symphonic Orchestra is Commander V.C. de Cruz, जो खुद एक संगीतमय परिवार से हैं. He is the director of music for Indian Navy. ये स्वयं क्लैरिनेट और वायलिन जैसे इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स बजाने में महारत रखते हैं. And he also sings as a powerful tenor at many choirs. सिर्फ इतना ही नहीं, ये अपनी म्यूजिकल compositions और म्यूजिक अरेंजमेंट्स के लिए भी जाने जाते हैं. This band has also performed in many prestigious international events like Queen's Coronation in the UK. तो चलिए आपको भी एक हिस्सा बनाते हैं इंडियन नेवल सिम्फोनिक ऑर्केस्ट्रा 2016 का.
Continued to perform as a clarinet player and also as a powerful tenor. His compositions and arrangements have been specially performed for various dignitaries in India and abroad. To begin this evening, we take you into the myriad-hued world of the prodigious Mozart. Mozart's music is said to be so pure and so beautiful that one can see it as a reflection of the inner beauty of the universe. This evening, though, we enjoy the lighter side of Mozart with his famous opera buffa, or comic opera, The Marriage of Figaro, which was composed in 1786 by Mozart with an Italian libretto written by Lorenzo da Ponte. The Marriage of Figaro is now regarded as a cornerstone of the standard operatic repertoire and appears among the top 10 of the most performed operas worldwide. Ladies and gentlemen, The Marriage of Figaro, conducted by Commander V.C. de Cruz.
In 1995, an idea germinated in the minds of two college kids hanging out in a campus trailer. This idea has since changed the way the world communicates. This idea is now known to us as Yahoo. That is the power of imagination. The history of humankind upon Earth has been shaped by great discoveries of fire, of the wheel, of metalworking, of steam, of petroleum, of the laws of the universe, of physics, medicine. And all these discoveries have come about by people who had the courage not to listen to the crowd, but to do what they felt was right, regardless of the fact that it provoked uncertainty and fear within them. Tonight, we have let our fancy take flight as we show you the bravura of our very talented instrumentalists on the xylophone. Titled Mac and Mac, this is a ticklish treat for the ears, composed and arranged for the xylophone by Kenneth J. Alford, a British composer. The xylophone that you see right in front of you consists of wooden bars of various lengths that are struck by plastic, wooden, or rubber mallets. Each bar is tuned to a specific pitch of the musical scale. Our duo for today are T.B. Singh, leading musician, and Amit Uttam, musician 1, who will display their skills on the xylophone. The xylophone is derived from the Greek words xylon, meaning wood, and phone, meaning voice, and thus meaning wooden sound. Well, as they say, wood sound, good sound. Ladies and gentlemen, Mac and Mac being conducted tonight by T. Vijayaraj, Master Chief Petty Officer, musician.
Music, they say, says things that words simply cannot. It creates magical realms, some worldly, some spiritual, and some absolutely phantasmagorical. Our next piece conjures an enchanting scene of skaters gliding like swans on a misty winter's day on the Seine in Paris. The Skaters' Waltz, opus 183, by the French composer Émile Walterful, was written in 1882. This is his most famous of more than 200 dance pieces. The wintry ambience of the piece is enhanced by the use of sleigh bells in the percussion section, and you must look out for it. As we bid adieu to winter in Delhi, this is a good time to remember the cold winter and savor its warm memories. Skaters by Émile Walterful, being conducted this evening by Commander V.C. de Cruz.
A young Marine Commando officer of the Indian Navy was assigned the task of destroying a watercraft lying in readiness to evacuate enemy guerrillas. That night, danger lurked in every shadow concealing the guerrillas guarding their escape route. As the commando group negotiated the dangerous waters, they were detected and came under heavy fire. The officer split from the main group and by splashing water drew the fire upon himself. While the bullets rained down on him, the others slipped through silently and achieved their objective. Our next piece is the theme music of the movie Chariots of Fire and brings out this very message. There is a hero in every one of us, and nothing is impossible. The title theme has become iconic and is truly inspirational. Composed by Evangelos Odysseas Papantassanu, known professionally as Vangelis, he is a Greek composer of electronic, progressive, ambient, jazz, pop, rock, and orchestral music. The main theme for Chariots of Fire was also chosen by Apple's co-founder Steve Jobs for the public introduction of the first Macintosh computer in January 1994. Chariots of Fire tonight is being conducted by Commander V.C. de Cruz.
Each era, ladies and gentlemen, has its own music to express its zeitgeist. But some genres of music transcend time and space and become a part of every era. The march is one such genre that never fails to evoke a sense of discipline and unity. American Patrol is a popular march written by Frank White Beecham in 1885. The format was intended to represent a military band approaching, passing, and fading into the distance. We present a swing version of American Patrol, which was arranged by Jerry Gray for Glenn Miller's orchestra in 1941 and has been popular the world over ever since and in every era. So let's get into the swing of things. Do clap your hands and tap your feet as the band plays American Patrol, conducted by Commander V.C. de Cruz.
All the nice girls love a sailor. All the nice girls love a tar. For there's something about a sailor, and you know what sailors are. Falls in love with Kate, falls in love with Jane, and in the blink of an eye, he's off to sea again. Ship ahoy, ship ahoy. Our next piece, titled Rock Around the Clock, brings out this happy-go-lucky attitude of the seagoing sailor. Rock Around the Clock is a rock and roll song in the 12-bar blues format written by Maxie Friedman and James Myers. This is a genre of popular music that originated and evolved in the United States during the late 1940s and early 50s. The United States House of Representatives also recognized the 40th anniversary of the composing of Rock Around the Clock with a special statement by a senator, which was read into the congressional record in March 1993. Rock Around the Clock tonight is being conducted by Vincent Johnson, Master Chief Petty Officer, musician. So ladies and gentlemen, put on your dancing shoes and let's rock around the clock.
Ladies and gentlemen, we do hope you're enjoying this evening with the Naval Symphony Orchestra. The Indian Naval Band is dynamic and dedicated to inspire patriotism, esprit de corps, and foster pride in the naval service. The musicians constantly hone their skills and are amongst the best in the world. And the musicians you see on stage are extremely versatile and play with equal felicity Indian classical music, both Hindustani and Carnatic, as they do Western music, or for that matter, popular music, Indian and Western, and fusion. And so for a change of flavor, we have for you now the fusion version of the Carnatic rag, Shanmuga Priya. The composition of this rag creates a mood of joy and contentment, which we hope will reverberate in your hearts. The soloists are P.S. Ashar, leading musician on the flute, KB Shino, leading musician on the tabla. Bijan Raj, leading musician on the mridangam. T.S.B. Prasad, leading musician on the soprano sax. Vishnu Thapa, Chief Petty Officer on the conch. Tushar Vijay, leading musician, plays the sound of the tutari on the cornet, which requires special skills and I'm sure merits special applause. Ladies and gentlemen, Rag Shanmukha Priya, conducted by T. Vijay Raj, Master Chief Petty Officer.
When you get what you want in your struggle for self, and the world makes you king for a day, then go to the mirror and look at yourself and see what that guy has to say. For it isn't your father or mother or wife whose judgment upon you must pass. The fella whose verdict counts most in your life is the guy staring back from the glass. You can fool the whole world down the pathway of years and get pats on the back as you pass. But your final reward will be heartache and tears if you've cheated that guy in the glass. Our next piece, titled Abide With Me, brings out this very element of faith and self-belief. Abide With Me is a hymn by Scottish Anglican Henry Francis Lyte. This hymn was said to be a favorite of Mahatma Gandhi. Legend has it that in the aftermath of the sinking of the Titanic, survivors reported that the Titanic's band played the hymn as the ship was sinking. Listen out for the chimes with Amit Datta, petty officer musician. Ladies and gentlemen, Abide With Me is being conducted tonight by Commander Vijay Charles de Cruz.
The haunting notes of Abide With Me remind me of these haunting words. Our flag does not fly because the wind moves it. It flies with the last breath of each soldier who died protecting it. It is this passion and patriotism that keeps our nation in safe hands, on land, in the skies, and on the high seas. It is this passion of our men in uniform that evokes great pride in the indomitable spirit of our armed forces. As a tribute to the valiant officers and Jawans who laid down their lives for the nation, and as a celebration of the sheer joie de vivre of the Indian soldier, we present the soul-stirring medley of the Tri-Services song. This comprises the signature marching songs of the Indian Navy, Jai Bharati, the Indian Air Force, Desh Pukare Jab Sabko, and the Indian Army, Kadam Kadam Badhai Ja. And finally, the ever so popular patriotic song, Sare Jahan Se Acha, that echoes in every heart that is Indian, and was also heard from the skies once upon a time. Ladies and gentlemen, with great pride, we present Tri-Services song sung by K.B. Shino, leading musician, Tiger Ghosh, musician 1, and Patil V.M., musician 2. Being conducted by T. Vijayaraj, Master Chief Petty Officer.
नील वर्दी बालों का दर्द बढ़ता आगे सीना था वायु सेना की ये शान पीछे हो या करे कमान पन खतरा कोई आए अगर चाहे नभ पर काल समान सूर्य के वीरों लो अभिनंदन सूर्य के वीरों लेते प्रण देश के नभ पर जब फैलाओ पर कर प्रहार लौटाओ घर सत सत है तुमको नमन देश पुकारे जब सबको दुख सुख बांटे एक समान नीली वर्दी बालों का रंग, बढ़ता आगे सीना था, वायुसेना की ये शान, पीछे हो या करे कमाल, बन खतरा कोई आए अगर छाए नभ पर काल समान। कदम कदम बढ़ाए जा, खुशी के गीत गाए जा, ये जिंदगी है कौम की, कौम पे लुटाए जा। कदम कदम बढ़ाए जा, खुशी के गीत गाए जा, ये जिंदगी है कौम की, कौम पे लुटाए जा। तू शेर हिंद आगे बढ़, मरने से तू कभी न डर, तू शेर हिंद आगे बढ़, मरने से तू कभी न डर। उड़ा के दुश्मनों के सर जोशे वतन बढ़ाए जा, उड़ा के दुश्मनों के सर जोशे वतन बढ़ाए जा। कदम कदम बढ़ाए जा, खुशी के गीत गाए जा, ये जिंदगी है कौम की, तू कौम पर लुटाए जा। तू शेर हिंद आगे बढ़, मरने से तू कभी न डर, तू शेर हिंद आगे बढ़, मरने से तू कभी न डर। उड़ा के दुश्मनों के सर जोशे वतन बढ़ाए जा, उड़ा के दुश्मनों के सर जोशे वतन बढ़ाए जा। कदम कदम बढ़ाए जा, खुशी के गीत गाए जा, ये जिंदगी है कौम की, तू कौम पे लुटाए जा। कदम कदम बढ़ाए जा, खुशी के गीत गाए जा, ये जिंदगी है कौम की, तू कौम पे लुटाए जा। सारे जहां से अच्छा हिंदुस्तान हमारा, हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा। हम बुलबुले इसकी, ये गुलसिता हमारा, हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा। हिंदुस्तान हमारा, हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा। मजहब नहीं सिखाता आपस में बैर रखना, मजहब नहीं सिखाता आपस में बैर रखना। हिंदी है हम, हिंदी है हम, हिंदी है हम, वतन है हिंदुस्तान हमारा, हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा। हिंदुस्तान हमारा, हमारा सारे जहां से अच्छा।
In the battles of yore, before hostilities were declared, the armies would line up. The opposing generals would then ride in and face each other. They would be accompanied only by the drummer. The generals would agree to stand by the rules of combat and then lead their armies back and get them into battle formation. But the drummers would stand ground, and when finally combat broke out, they would charge into their adversaries with nothing except their drums and playing them with all their passion. As the marauding hoofs dashed by, the sounds of metal hitting metal, and then the cries of the excruciating agony of soldiers would rent the air, the drummers would stand their ground and play on. It was their music which would drive the soldier to take on the adversary, even at the cost of his own life. Our final piece for the night, titled Drummer's Line, brings out this bravado of our musicians on the drums. Until well into the 19th century, drums were an important part of battlefield communications, with various drum rolls used to signify different commands. Drummer's Line is being conducted by Vincent Johnson, Master Chief Petty Officer, musician. Ladies and gentlemen, do sit up and get ready to toe the drummer's line. Ladies and gentlemen, the Indian Naval Central Band. We now request Admiral R.K. Dhawan and Mrs. Meenu Dhawan to accompany the Honorable Raksha Raj Mantri Rao Inderjeet Singh and Mrs. Manita Singh on stage to greet our performers. May I request Mrs. Manita Singh to present a token of our appreciation to the very gracious Mrs. Jasleen Vora. I request the Honorable Raksha Raj Mantri Rao Inderjeet Singh to present a token of our appreciation to the Director of Music, Commander Vijay De Cruz. May I request Mrs. Meenu Dhawan to present a token of our very deep appreciation to Mrs. Manita Singh. We now request Admiral R.K. Dhawan to present a token of our appreciation to the Honorable Raksha Raj Mantri Rao Inderjeet Singh. We now request all ladies and gentlemen to rise for the national anthem.